Growing up, my sister and I were inseparable. I can't remember a single day where we didn't get in trouble, find something to fight about, or laugh until we cried.
Arrow, come here.
But no matter what, we both knew that in the end, we would always be there for each other. I knew her better than anyone. People overuse that phrase too often, but I didn't. They could see it in my eyes, that I would be there for her through anything. Through heartbreak, through cancer. The scariest part wasn't watching her fade away, or even the thought of losing her. It was watching her continue to laugh, continue to love, and forget the fact that she wasn't okay, that I wasn't okay. I never understood how she could just pretend. To the world, she was just one person, but to me, she was the world. And then, nothing. Ditto.
Amber, do you remember how Mom and Dad used to tell us that life was a beautiful thing? Well, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Life is a constant roller coaster of ups and downs. People fail to mention all the hardships and heartbreak that you'll face. Life is taken for granted, and I now know that more than ever. There are so many things I wish I had said, and so many things I still wish I had time to do. The truth is, I didn't know what to say. I know you hated not being able to fix me. But in my last days, I didn't want my memories filled with complaints of sorrow and anger.
Hey, you want to come play with us?
Okay. Oh, stay right there. You would have wanted this.
I wanted to remember the good things in life. Like your goofy laugh, or Mom's warm hugs, and Dad's jokes that we always made fun of. I know that 30 days seems short, but I learned a lot. Life is a messy web of struggles, but that is the true beauty of it. Everyone dies, not everyone really lives. We get to experience life. We get to experience the warmth of family, the fear of the unknown, and sometimes the sorrow of losing something that means the most to us. We aren't in control of our fate, but we are in control of creating our own happiness and who we choose to love. I chose to love you like no one else, every single day. You are my happiness. It's time for you to go find yours. I love you, Amber.
Ditto.
found him.
You found him?
I did.
Oh my gosh, well get him in here.
He's on his way.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh, Dr. Utley. Oh, thank goodness they found you. Okay, I'm assuming they have briefed you on the severity of the situation. What's going on here?
Yes, the asteroid that's headed towards Earth. It should knock out most of the West Coast.
Yes, and we've brought in all of the top scientists in the United States. We really need your help. We cannot figure this out.
Let me get to work. Come back in an hour. I need some space to think.
Okay, but we don't have that kind of time, Doctor. We need to check this math in real time and send it to the president as soon as it's ready.
I work alone. I have anxiety issues.
Okay, but Doctor, people could die. Please.
Can I speak to you a moment in private, please?
Okay, whatever, yes.
When I work in front of a crowd, I get a nervous stomach.
Okay, do you need some Tums or something?
No, I get kind of gassy.
Gassy? Okay, well, the weight of the world is hanging on whatever you do here in the next few minutes, Doctor. I don't think anybody here cares about your gas. Thank you, Doctor. You doing okay, Doctor? Oh my God. I think he's got it. I think he figured it out. The math is checking out. You're doing great, Doctor, but we're running out of time.
I've got it!
He did it, Doctor. He figured it out. He saved the world. Oh. SBD?
Yeah, my bad.
Okay, don't worry about me. Here, call the president. Tell him you did it. He saved the world.
No! Mr. President, I've got something very important to tell you.
I believe that opportunities are needed in order for one to be fulfilled, or in order for one's wishes and desires to be fulfilled. So in the case of me, I was the child wanting to go to college, but I didn't know what to do to go to college. And I'm pretty sure that's the case, and that's the case for a lot of people, a lot of younger people in Memphis now too, just knowing how to do it, or what do I have to do to go to college.
I met Decarius when I was in Memphis, so I was able to work with him for a couple of years. I had also seen him around in various other places and worked with him in various youth camps and those kinds of things. So I knew him, but I didn't work closely with him until he became my student at the Stax Music Academy. And when I came to the University of Arkansas, I recruited him here.
Right now. Coming from a predominantly Black city to a predominantly white city was indeed a sense of culture shock upon arrival at the University of Arkansas for me. I didn't necessarily feel at home here, but I didn't feel like I just don't belong all the way, if that makes sense as well. When I first arrived here, I just knew I was the minority at that moment. And that was really an eye-opener. Just being the minority in a school, in a university, at the University of Arkansas, face-to-face of those issues would be me being the only Black student in a class. How do you handle being the only Black student in a class where the topic of discussion of the day would be civil rights? How do you handle that? I was the minority. I was the stereotype that they would discuss. But with that, that's where the fun came in proving them, differently.
I think it is a function of where we live. It is a function of Northwest Arkansas in general. I think it is also a function of what traditional music departments teach and schools of music teach in terms of Western choral music and Western art music. And so all of these things, when you go back in time and you think about the classics and all of the things that we study when we study music, we're talking about Haydn and Mozart and Beethoven, and we're talking about Brahms, and we're talking about Wagner, and we're talking about Vaughan Williams, and we're talking about Handel. We don't talk about, when we deal with classical music, those things are very European. When we talk about American music, the forms of American music that are most authentic are things like blues and jazz and all of those things. And these are things that originated from Black people. But for so long, these forms of music have been considered outside of the box and outside of that which students should be learning, outside of the conservatory. And so it has only been recently that those art forms have become serious enough that that faculty members at universities such as ours have begun to see them as legitimate courses of study. This is an issue that many universities across the country are fighting now, because in many cases our audition processes and all of those things lend themselves to students who have been taking formal piano lessons or flute lessons or voice lessons or those kinds of things for years. And the truth be told, many students of low socioeconomic status and many students who have that coupled with being Black don't have those opportunities, and so are then at a deficit when it comes to auditioning for places like the University of Arkansas. But I'm thankful that students like Decarius, who did not have any of those challenges, but helped to open many eyes to the ways in which those shortcomings can stifle opportunities for people.
Let's do it again. So if you're trying to make sure that you have enough breath, this right here, these two wrists right here need to be where you're gonna breathe.
It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled key.
You're gonna breathe right there too.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Yeah, you can connect two hallelujahs and then take your breath too. Just if you want to work on just phrasing or just make it a cleaner phrase or something.
Okay.
One more deep breath. And out.
She tied you to a kitchen chair, she broke your throne and she cut your hair, and from your lips she drew the hallelujah.
Yeah. You see how you got to take a good breath. If you want to do that all in one breath, it has to be deep and full. No other possibility.
Okay.
All right, so now you know. You see you can do it. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4.
She tied you to a kitchen chair.
When Decarius came to our department, there was very little diversity in our department. It's grown substantially since then. And in fact, I have been very deliberate about recruiting African American students to our department because there are African American students in our state and outside of our state who are exceptionally talented and who could benefit from the things that we have to offer in our department. There are conversations that have been had because he's been here, and conversations that, frankly, he was a part of and was able to lead in some cases, where some of the needs for diversity in this department were exposed and were those challenges identified, and many of them, because of Decarius, have been slowly rectified. I would argue that because of Decarius, we now have a viable jazz program, that because of Decarius, we are now having real, honest, and open conversations about diversity and what it looks like. Diversity in our audition processes and in our grading processes and all of those things. And I think a lot of that came because Decarius, when he got here, decided that he would be a catalyst for change in our department. And I think we have all become better because of it.
There is no shadow of turning with thee. Thou changest not, thy compassions, they fail not.
I had to work 4 jobs to be able to afford education and life, because when you move off campus, everything is on your own. Rent, gas, groceries, light bill, water bill, all those bills are on your own. And me working those 4 jobs, I had to be able to supplement that. I mean, if you don't grow up with money, then you don't have the finances to do what you just want to do. I didn't grow up with just a plethora of money, but I grew up with a stable household, a stable income. That doesn't necessarily mean that you won't face financial hardships. So I just had to endure. I don't know, it's pretty relaxing to come back to Memphis because this is where I talk to most of my friends and family. You know, I don't really talk to that many people back in Fayetteville. So.
So we knew he was going to be doing something involved with music. We just didn't know what path or what way he would go, but we knew it was going to be somewhere in you know, his future.
We're gonna this is mine. We're gonna go to the next trophy. Middle school, I won first place in the talent show. Yeah, since I've been in college, I've been singing in the classical categories for the National Association of Teachers of Singing. This one is regional Nats. So regional Nats mean the areas like Arkansas, Tennessee, Mississippi, Louisiana, and such. And then there's state Nats, but each time that I did Nats, I always placed top 3. If it was spirituals or classical singing.
I have my chest stuck out as a father because I didn't go to college. His mom didn't go to college. So that's a major accomplishment. I'm very proud of him. And, I just can't wait for that big day. I don't know how I'm going to take it, how I'm going to react to it. Because, we have had people to start college but didn't complete it. He's actually completing it. So that's a major accomplishment. His mother and I and brothers are very proud of him. And we know he will be successful and succeed in whichever path he goes.
Thank you for Thanksgiving and the meaning behind it. Lord, we just pray that you allow the food to nourish us, allow us to continue to stay on the family values, and I just pray that you continue to guide us for the rest of the remaining of the year. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Yeah, she did. Look like she go to church with she sing like that.
Very energetic, very outspoken. He's been outspoken since he can talk. And that was the age of 10 months. He's very driven. If he wants something done, he wants it done right. He wants it done his way. Let's put it like that.
Well, I think that it's important for students to have models. And so as the United States becomes more diverse, it is important that our students, the future of this country, are able to see models who look like them and who represent them. If I want to be a musician, if I aspire to be a musician and all I see are white men, then I think that only white men can do that. And until we create space for different voices, different faces to be on main stages in music, then we will always have this perpetual cycle of non-diversity. And so I think it's important because I think our future, our children, need that.
For me, this was a very sentimental, moment for me because this is my last concert with the Inspirational Chorale. So I made sure to just have as much fun as I could, honestly.
He's really been a shining star here at the U of A. Being one of the only Black music students here, he was called upon to do a lot to represent the university in meaningful ways. And so it's just been interesting watching his journey, watching him go from a freshman who would what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
Who would snap at the drop of a hat and speak unkindly to people. I shouldn't say that. Decarius, he kind of had a chip on his shoulders when he came here. Would you say?
Yeah.
And he's really grown a lot as a musician, as a human. And he's a good person. He's destined to do great things. Very proud of him.
being the first person to graduate and to attend a graduation to where I will be receiving a degree is going to be very mind-blowing in a sense, because many people that I know, or many of my friends, honestly, may not have finished or have taken a break from college and such. But the fact that I finished despite obstacles that I may have faced while being a Black student, I'm still able to graduate. It's just very commemorable to me.
You have a variety of futures ahead of you. Some of you will now start careers. Some of you will continue on to some other advanced degree or perhaps postdoctoral programs. And many of you will probably do some things you have been putting off, like while you're here in school, like traveling or getting married or buying homes and starting a family. In fact, if you do have children, they will now be much more likely to attend college because you had this experience. That's the power of a college degree. It not only changes your life, but it also changes the trajectory of your entire family. Today is truly a life-changing event.
And you did it! Ah, look at the shirt! Look at the shirt! I got the shirt!
I expected Karis to continue to what he learned in college to teach other children as well. You know, be that role model. You know, be that figure that children will look up to and continue to shine. Continue to shine.
Within the next maybe 5 to 10 years or so, to keep it short term, I plan on working in inner city education, and I plan on being in administration to have more of an impact the way I want to on the kids, because as a teacher, I will only be able to impact those who come in contact with me one-on-one. But as an administrator, if I have my hand in education funding, if I have my hand in the planning or the administration part, I can be more of an impact to not only one school, but all the schools within the district. I would like the younger people, the youth and young adults of Memphis and the surrounding areas, honestly, to see that your background doesn't define your destination, or how hard work really does in the end pay off. And despite what obstacles you may see or experience now, they will never stop you. You may get deterred, or you may have to take a detour, but there's always still a finish line, and there's always still a goal that has to be reached.
So I just got back. A lot of people showed up, which is good, I guess. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like you're really gone.
Hey, is everything okay? You weren't responding.
Yeah, I was looking at pictures of Mom and I.
Oh, okay. Listen, I'm sorry about your mom, Sam.
You and everybody else. I'm sick of hearing it. Doesn't change anything.
I'm not trying to say everything's
She's gone, Zach. She's dead. One day, everything was fine, and we were looking at prom dresses, and then the next, she's diagnosed with stage 3 lymphoma, and I'm having to find a dress for her funeral. I'm sorry it doesn't bring her back.
You're right, okay? The world sucks and crappy things happen that we can't explain, but she's not gone, Sam. She's always gonna be there.
I can't just move on with my life tomorrow. She left me. All alone.
No one's saying you have to be fine today.
I have to go. I have a lot of homework.
Sam, wait.
I just don't get it. Why did you have to leave?
My precious daughter, I don't have much time. I know that today hasn't been easy, and I hate that I couldn't hold your hand through it. I've watched you grow up right before my eyes, from taking your first breath to meeting your first love, and I wouldn't trade a moment of it because the whole time I got to love you and help you become the woman you are today. I'm not a mom because I gave birth to you. I'm a mom because you loved me. I hate that I won't be there to see you graduate or walk down the aisle, but I'll always be watching in on you. You are my complete happiness, Sam. Now go find yours. Love, Mom.